Let's get to the money.
Let's get to the
Money.
Let's get to the
Money. Let's get to the motherfucking money.
Fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, 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 fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. Middle finger in the air screaming fuck the bookies. Woke up in the morning, grab my little black book. Yesterday can eat a dick, cause we lost by the hook. Can't win them all, so you never see me get shook. Today's a new day, the bookmaker's getting cooked. When I spot a dirty keg of 4 units getting played, always find the value, I would never be afraid. Scary money don't win, but I'm not going all in unless I see a bet I love, then I put my balls on a bookie's chin. Let it all soak in, doubling my bread, winning money with my friends. If you got the itch and you wanna go big, follow Sharpie bets and you gon' really fucking win. This is not financial advice, it's entertainment. But if I find the right price, believe I'm parlaying it. You can see my spreadsheet, I'm winning, not just saying it. Profit in the green every week, I'm never negative. I can bet an ace or a shitty old picture. Pick the right spots cause I'm the K-pop whisperer. Shut up when I speak until you finally get the picture. I'm the best in the world, tell me you getting richer. Fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, 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 fuck the bookies. FTV screaming fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies, fuck the bookies. Middle finger in the air screaming fuck the bookies.
Let's get to the motherfucking monies.
Yeah, let's get to the mother trucking monies then. Shout out to the chat, guys. Let's get to it. Welcome to the Balking Dead, where there is no sleep for the wicked. I'm your host, Sharpie's Bets, and this show is sponsored by PrizePicks. So if you haven't, go over to PrizePicks and use that promo code PubSports on your first deposit, and they will match you up to 100, minimum of 25. The first 2 weeks are for guys I have projected to be moved up by the books, and come May, and we got to stick to our roles. We will be pulling out money if we just stick to our rules. I will give you all the information you need to finalize your own bets or my reasons that I'm staying off. So enough small talk. Let's get to it. Shout out to the chat. Appreciate you all for coming. Shout out to the best producer in the world, Big Show Picks. You know the drill, guys. Hit that like button. Go hit the retweet. And if you haven't, make sure you got them notification bells on. On this show, guys, of course, by this time you should know, but I'm going to say it over and over again. We use FanDuel lines on here because they tend to come out first, and then we compare them to PrizePicks. Let's get into these first two pitchers since this games do crack off early, and let's talk about where the money should and shall reside. Pitcher number one we're going to talk about today, number 66 in the black book, Sonny Gray. 2022, he had a 24% K percentage and a 7.4 walk percentage. Morning line, 5+ at -128. Closing line is at a 5+ -112. PrizePicks hits allowed or earned runs was not available. And then we get into, has the tag been taken off? Tag is off after throwing 83 pitches in opening day start versus the Royals. Last 8 game strikeout average is at a 4.9 strikeouts per game. His win percentage to the under over 4.5 his last 10 games is at a 60%. Lineup is 7 righties and 2 lefties for the Astros. His strikeout K per 9 in 2022. Lefties, he struck out at a 9.1 K per 9, while righties an 8.6. Homie at a 10.4 K per 9, while on the road a 6.8. He is at home in this spot. This is the Twins' opening day. Batting average against in 2022. Lefties hit 202, righties hit 242, while at home he had a 211 batting average against and a 242 on the road. Sonny Gray, guys, he got taken out the book last September because the Twins would not let him go 3 times through a lineup. During the offseason, he spoke of that and worked on his endurance. So I still need to see it, but there are still ways to bet Gray. And last week versus the Royals was one of them. Now he gets the Astros in his Twins home opener, who he didn't see once last year. The Astros been running the same lineup, guys, 7 righties and 2 lefties pretty much versus righties the whole damn year. So even though projected and then the lineups actually came out, we could pretty much bank it unless it's moving day. We know what we're going to see versus a righty with the Astros. So we don't need to wait for lineups all the time. Moving days, yes, but which we can pitch a lineup and we know what's coming. Then we got to start betting these lines before the lineups comes because then the juice get hit. And that's what happened in the Giolito game, and we'll talk about that next. So definitely we want to make sure we can predict the lineup before we bet it because that can end up screwing us at times. So, yeah, let's talk about it. When we look at Gray splits, he has been better versus the left-handed side over the past few years, and we only got 2 lefties. So just by the math, we're going to need him to pitch into the 5th inning to get 5 Ks. And yes, he can, but I don't bet ifs, ands, or whats, guys. So this is a game where I get to enjoy and see if they actually let him go 3rd time through the lineup. I hate betting guys K props knowing that they're not going to see it the 3rd time. So it's like you got to hit all that. Nah, man, I got to see it before I can bet it, guys. So Sonny Gray, I'd look at his earned runs maybe under, actually. I know that sounds crazy, the Astros, but Sonny Gray's been good. I like to bet Sonny Gray, and I think he has a good game here today, but I have no money on Sonny Gray now. What I missed out on was pitcher number 2. I missed out. So if you got in on him early, I love it. So let's talk about it. Number 47 in the black book, Lucas Giolito. 2022, he had a 25.4 K percentage and an 8.7 walk percentage. Opening line last night, 6+ minus 118. He closed out on FanDuel at a minus 154 to 6+. I was seeing minus 180s on the offshore, so he's definitely got steamed, and I get it. PrizePicks has him at a 6. His pitching outs or earned runs were not available on PrizePicks. His tag is off after going 97 pitches in his opening start. First, the Astros. Last 8 games, strikeout average. He's averaged 6 per game. And his win percentage to the under over 5.5 his last 10 games are at 50%. So they opened it at minus 118 to get 6 strikeouts. Hit that 50% over his last 10. That's exactly what the books are going to start doing, guys. We're going to be able to predict these lines and start betting them where they need to be. So strikeouts K per night. Lineup is 5 lefties, 4 righties. Strikeout K per 9 in 2022. At home, he had a 9.8 K per 9. On the road, 9.1. Lefties, 9.8. Righties, 9.9. This didn't matter. He was putting them down. So let's talk about batting averages against. Lefties, 217. Righties, 9.1. Home, 294 batting average against, and road, 252. I actually have my book over there, so I won't be able to pull it out. So whatever. Let's talk about it. Lucas Giolito, the wild thing of Chicago. Now, we get a spot where the over is screaming at me if we just go by the lineups. We got 5 lefties, 4 righties. And over the past 2 seasons, Giolito has put down lefties at a higher K per 9 than the right-handed side. Giolito did not face the Pirates last year. Bonus goes to Giolito right there. So definitely good. 5 lefties in the lineup, good. And let's get more into it. So, yeah, when he faced a team last year who had more lefties in the lineup than righties, he had 6 or more strikeouts in every game. Oh, another bonus. By the lineups came out and I went back to check the juice, it was minus 154. I cannot pay minus 154 for Giolito, guys. But I do have him for 7+ strikeouts in this spot. But sad to say, I've got to let it go. At the end of the day, hopefully I won't be sleeping on him next time, and I can predict the lineup that shall be coming. But definitely missed it. Maybe some of you guys got in, and let's talk about it. 35 live. 25 likes. We're almost 1 for 1. Smash the like if you haven't. Go hit that retweet and get them folks up in here. Shout out to the chat. Mad Stoney, Rocco Rogers, Bo Jackson, my guy Platinum Paul, LJ from Houston, Whack Prescott, a.k.a. Dak Prescott's new name, JW. Let's get it. Guillermo Zertucci with the 3 pick in the horse racing to start the day. Real Deal Prime. Luke Murphy. Let's get it, dude. Green struck out the side. Let's go. Definitely gave out a green Giolito alt parlay, but the juice was minus 143, but like I said, I thought Green was going to get 9 today too, but I've got to pay attention to juice when I bet, guys. Got to keep the juice down. Certain guys are I'm able to bet juice on, and maybe Green one day, guys. He figured out something in the second half of the season, so yeah, definitely second half of the season, Green figured it out, and yeah, was definitely in a spot today to strike out a team that's been punching out at 29% clip. But yeah, life's a bitch and you marry one, and the alt parlay is on its way. So definitely like Giolito today if you got in at the right number. If you're looking to parlay them up, then take them down to 5. Like if you're gonna, I'm the type of guy. I'm a safe parlay guy. I'd rather take more juice and get closer to the minus 130 to the even money than to actually look for plus money. So yeah, that's just the way I bet. But not everybody's me. So let's get into pitcher number 3 on the board. Number 61 in the black book, Zach Eflin with a 20.8 K percentage and a 4.8 walk percentage in 2022. Opening line was 6+ at plus 112. And this morning he skyrocketed all the way to a plus 130. So he may even have some 4.5s out there was heavily juiced, but I couldn't find it less than 165.70 range. So that's still too high to even talk. If you're betting a K prop, don't tell me you're on a K prop at minus 170. I'll laugh at you. Sorry, that's just me. Tag is not off all the way as they said they're going to build him up slowly in the spring, and he threw 74 pitches his first time out. So yes, he should be good to go if you project him to go another 15, but the Rays are a different type of breed. They're not like every other team, guys. So we'll get into that on my breakdown. No need to hit his averages because I have not taken the tag off of him. Projected lineup is 5 righties and 4 lefties. Strikeouts K per 9 in 2022. 8.5 at home, 6.9 on the road. Well, 7.7 versus lefties and a 7.9 K per 9 versus the right-handed side. Batting average against in 2022. Lefties hit 277, righties hit 209 at home in Philadelphia, where it's not fun to pitch after May. He had a 168 batting average against, well, on the road 319. So let's break him down. Here's a guy in the book I do have plans for this year, guys, and he did not have a 8K per 9 or better last year, but he was coming back from injury, and the year before he did. So I've got to expect the Rays. I've got to expect what I know the Rays expect from this man, and that's a whole lot. See, and they gave this man the biggest contract in Rays history, and we know what the Rays do with pitching. Cream of the crop, say the least. So, yeah, Macho Man Randy Savage, they're the cream of the crop, brother. That's Macho Man and the Hulk Hogan. So, yeah, got to make sure we keep it just one. So, yeah, I need to see how the Rays play this situation with Eflin. If they keep him at 75 pitches for another game or two, or do they let him go some? The Rays in the past have actually kept their guys at that pitch count from the first game when they're worked. I've seen it with McClanahan last year when he was coming back from the IL. I've seen it with other pitchers from the Rays. They don't just let them go another 15, guys. So I've got to think they cap him right around that 75 pitches today, guys. So definitely can't be looking to back him on a K prop if I think he's capped. But there's other ways to get in, whether it's Rays first 5 minus a half or Rays full game minus 1.5 at minus 130, guys. I haven't pulled the trigger on that yet. But yeah, dude, he is the second best third starter on any team in the majors, guys. Dustin may be a numero uno. Damn, guys, was we not right, though, on Dustin May last night hitting his K prop? Were we not right? But we'll talk about that with Kershaw. So let's talk about the next guy in the book. He ain't in the book, but let's talk about him since y'all voted for him. Jack Flaherty, 2022, he had a 19.8 percentage and an absurd 13.2 walk percentage. Morning line 6+ at minus 106. Projected pitches and or has the tag been taken off? The tag is off. He threw 95 pitches in his first start versus the Blue Jays. No need to hit his averages. since he's only started a combined 6 games the last 2 seasons, or this year and last, not combining the last 2 seasons, this year and last. So once again, we're not going to hit his averages on strikeouts or his stuff because he's pitched a total of 30 innings over the last season and this year combined. So the guy's coming back from injury, and we'll get into it on his breakdown. Projected lineups is 5 lefties and 4 righties, guys. The story of Jack Flaherty. He one of the elite pitchers in his early start of his career, and over the past 2 seasons has logged 114 innings of work with oblique and shoulder issues. His velocity on his fastball is down 2 miles per hour, and his breaking balls are down 3 miles per hour from where they used to be. So I can't get involved with him until he figures his velo out, or at least learns how to pitch, if this is going to be the new Jack Flaherty's velo. So I'm not saying he ain't going to be a good pitcher again one day, but he's got to learn how to pitch at this velo, because his pitches, they're able to see it. They're able to lay off of it right now. And you could tell by the 7 walks he had in his first start versus the Blue Jays. Like, oh my God, he had a 13.2 walk percentage last year and 7 walks. Good God, 3 innings, 2 earned runs, guys. Well, he walked 5. No, he walked 7 versus the Blue Jays. And last year he did face the Brewers. He went 3 innings, 2 earned runs while walking 5 and striking out 1. He walked 5 last year versus the Brewers. He walked 7 in his freaking first start. And he isn't looking good. I can't get involved on any over strikeouts to boot. The Brewers are top 3 in the league this year in walking versus right-handed pitchers at an absurd 13.1%. So if you can find Flaherty's walks, I'd look over on that one, actually, and just let him do what he's been doing and let the Brewers do what they've been doing, and that's walk. Like we're talking like a walk. So, yeah, let's get into a guy, guys, that I had to go put a little Cy Young future money on, and it's going to be breaking news, Cy Young future money. But before we get into that Cy Young future money, I do not have a K-prop bet today. Shout out to the 48 Live. The only pitching prop that I do have is Logan Gilbert over 17.5 outs at a -130. That game is going to crack off in about 30 minutes. We're not covering that game, but shout out to the 50 in here. You all just got the play, so let's just keep it rolling. So let's talk about Woody Woodruff, number 6 in the black book. 2022, he had a 30.6 K percentage and a 6.8 walk percentage. Opening line 8+ -132. It has come down to the -112 range. Projected pitches, tag is off this man. 97 pitches in his first start versus the Cubbies. Last 8 games, strikeout averages is an 8.3. Win percentage to the under over 7.5. Last 10 games is 60%. Projected lineups, 5 righties, 4 lefties. K per 9, 12.3 at home. Híjole chingalo, with an 8.6 on the road. 12.2 versus lefties and a 10.2 K per 9 versus righties last year. Batting average against lefties didn't hit him at a $190. Righties still didn't really hit him at a 237. At home, he had an elite 185 batting average against, while on the road, 244. Woodruff right now, he's still at plus 3,300 right now on FanDuel for Cy Young winner. And I think it's worth a shot. This man is higher up in the black book than Burns for a reason. Woodruff faced these Cardinals 3 times last year, not giving up more than 2 runs in any game, while striking out 2, 4, and 10 respectfully. The Cards were one of the better teams last season in taking walks and not striking out. And so far this year, the Cards are league average in walk percentage and top 3 in not striking out. His strikeouts over the past 2 seasons have been higher at home than on the road, but the gap in 2021 was a lot closer than the gap last year. So, yeah, make sure you need to go back a year or 2 if needed. That's why I preach to look at the back of a baseball card. This is a tough one, guys. They jumped this K-prop up 1 from last week versus a team who doesn't strike out often. Woody has the equipment to hit the over, but I can't get there with him today. I just can't, guys. This number's right, and it may be actually juiced up 1 because of what he did last week, guys. So this right here is a stay off for me. He can have a good game with low Ks or a good game with 10 Ks. There's too much of a differential that I've got to pass, but I would look to back Woodruff on the money line or anything like that if you're looking to back Woodruff. But Woodruff's strikeouts, there's just too much of a differential, and they added it up one. So at the end of the day, you just got to let some stuff go. And that's one that I am willing to let go on the day. Shout out to the 50 Live. Rizza, what's good? I would say the other guy, Rick J369547 RTDO. I know it was only a couple, bro, but change your name. What up, Akbar, my dude? Let's get it, my guy. So, anybody on any props, let it be known. 36 likes, 55 in here. Y'all must hate my life. I mean, I shouldn't have to ask. So, oh boy, I gotta go to my Mickey Mouse, boys. All I want to do is have a like. All right, let's talk about it, guys. Let's get into my favorite pitcher in the whole wide mother trucking world. If you don't know, you should know. Number 54 in the black book, Clayton Kershaw, a.k.a. Clayton the Great. 2022, he had a 27.8 K percentage and a 4.7 walk percentage. Opening line was a 6+ at -140. Projected pitches, and has the tag been taken off, my man? Tag is not off, but it's damn close. Kershaw threw 6 innings last time out, just 74 pitches, but the Dodgers will take Kershaw slow and wouldn't be surprised to have him capped at the 90 pitches or 6 innings mark, whatever comes first. PrizePicks had him at a 6. His hits allowed or earned runs were not available. Last 8 games, strikeout average is at a 6.7 strikeouts per game. His under-over win percentage last 10 is at a 80% to the 5.5. Projected lineup: 7 righties, 2 lefties for those rattlesnakes in the desert, aka Dodgers South. Strikeouts K per 9, 2022, 11.3 at home with an 8.3 on the road. Lefties 10K per 9, righties 9.8, pretty much the same. Batting average against in 2022, 254 versus lefties. Dominate righties at a 198 batting average against. At home, a 221 batting average against with a 191 on the road. Oh boy! We get Clayton the Great versus these bum-ass D-backs again. On a back-to-back with these D-backs after going 6 strong innings while punching out 9 rattlesnakes? 9? Oh boy! Like I said, if we go 2 years back, guys, Kershaw's strikeouts have been better at home by 2 or more strikeouts per 9. And I get it. If you ask these pitchers around the league where they like to pitch the most, they'll say Chavez Ravine at night. The backdrop, the layout, the mound, everything about it. They'll just tell you it helps them. We talked about it in May yesterday, the back-to-back rule. If a strikeout guy gets a lot the first game, you may want to stay off the second game of a back-to-back. Now, if he gets a few the first, then the second game is where we want to look at the over, guys. And May hit his over last night. So be it by the hook, but money is money. Kershaw had 2 back-to-backs last year. One of those was versus these D-backs. And Kershaw both back-to-backs. He is still one of the premier pitchers in the game. First game, he had 10 strikeouts of his back-to-back last year. And what do we talk about? What tends to happen? It drops. Second game versus the Diamondbacks, he only got 5. Like I said before, guys, they're professional batters. If you punch out the first time, you're going to come up with another game plan of at least freaking putting the ball in play the first pitch. You don't want to get down to Clayton Kershaw, guys, because over the last 2 years, his strike percentage for his first pitch strike percentage is the highest. And then after he gets up in the count, he throws breaking balls 64% of the time. So you're screwed. You're screwed. If you get down 1 strike versus Clayton Kershaw, you're screwed. So he's probably going to punch you out. So second game of the back-to-back last year, he had a 4. And once again, the rule: strikeout guy doesn't get strikeouts the first game. You can look at it the second game. Then he came back with a 7-piece McNugget versus that team. So I can't bet this over because what he did last week. But what it doesn't mean is I can't back him another way. And a guy who didn't give up more than 2 earned runs on a back-to-back last year is definitely backable. We just got to find our way. So the lean is under on his strikeout props, which is absurd for me to say that, guys. But he is 193 strikeouts away from 3,000 punchies. 3,000 punchies. and wouldn't be surprised if he's on a mission this year to get that. So the lean is under for his strikeouts. If you can find his pitching outs at 17.5, that will be a play if the juice is below minus 130. Either that or back the Dodgers today, guys, because he's going to go out and deal. And Bumgarner's going to Bumgarner, guys. At the end of the day, the Dodgers have just had his number. He did pitch well, Bumgarner, on a back-to-back last season versus the Padres one time. But at the end of the day, I've got to think Kershaw goes out there, gets 6 innings, 1 earned run or less, 2 at the most. So maybe I attack the Diamondbacks team total under since Bumgarner is the question. So, yeah, there it is, guys. That's all, folks. Oh, boy. I found out I had a Mickey Mouse moist the other day, guys, so I'm sorry. You're going to have to deal with it for a while. Let's get to it, guys. See you guys on Monday. Make sure you tune into the UFC live stream tomorrow, guys. There's a huge pay-per-view cracking off, and you know the fellas are ready to rock after not having UFC for a few weeks. You already know, guys, this show is sponsored by PrizePicks. So if you haven't, go over to PrizePicks, use promo code PubSports, and get a match deposit up to $100 on your first deposit, minimum of $25. And to boot, all April, guys, I'll help you get it back. If you use promo code PubSports, take a screenshot and use that promo and take a screenshot of a successful deposit. DM me, guys, and I will make sure you get my bets before the show and on the weekends for 2 weeks, and we'll get that money back, no problem. For those who don't have PrizePicks and want that help, go on over to pubsportsradio.com. Get yourself a 2-pack of Pub Rub. Same fucking thing. Take a pic of the successful order. DM me, and I will make sure you get my bets. This show is sponsored by PrizePicks, produced by Big Show Picks, and on Pub Sports Radio, guys. Until next time, I'm Sharpie's Bets, and I'm going to go whale hunting.